who was Alexei Navalny and what happened to him? Alexei Navalny, a name that has resonated globally, was a force to be reckoned with in Russia's political landscape. A prominent opposition leader, Navalny wore multiple hats: an anti-corruption activist, a lawyer, and a thorn in the side of President Vladimir Putin and his government. He was known for his tenacity and fearlessness, relentlessly challenging the status quo and pushing for transparency in a system often marred by opacity. His vocal criticism of Putin's administration made him a beacon for those seeking change, but it also painted a target on his back. His outspoken nature and activism would eventually lead to a series of events that shocked the world. In 2021, Navalny's life took a dramatic turn. After recovering from a near-fatal poisoning in Germany, he made the fateful decision to return to Russia. Upon his arrival, he was promptly arrested by Russian authorities. The charges? Alleged violations of probation terms from an old embezzlement case, a case that Navalny and his supporters always maintained was trumped up to begin with. His arrest sparked international outcry, with many Western governments condemning what they saw as a blatant disregard for political freedoms. Despite the uproar, Navalny was subsequently sentenced to a staggering 19 years in prison. Many saw this as a clear message from Russia's government. Dissent would not be tolerated. As Navalny was ushered into the prison system, it was clear that his fight was far from over. His conviction was widely regarded as politically motivated, suggesting that his true crime was daring to challenge the established order. This marked the beginning of a dark chapter in Navalny's life. While behind bars, Navalny's health began to deteriorate. This Russian opposition leader, known for his vocal criticisms of Putin's government, started to experience various health issues. He alleged mistreatment and neglect by the prison authorities, which he believed contributed to his worsening condition. In December 2023, Navalny was moved to a remote Arctic penal colony. The reasons for this transfer remain unclear, but it marked a significant escalation in his imprisonment ordeal. Fast forward to February 16, 2024. Navalny, after taking a walk, suddenly fell ill and lost consciousness. Despite efforts to save him, he died shortly after. The official cause of death was reported as sudden death syndrome. However, his family and supporters insist that Navalny was poisoned. The truth of what happened to Navalny that day is shrouded in mystery. Independent investigations have been limited, and conflicting reports make it difficult to ascertain the real cause of his untimely death. The circumstances surrounding Navalny's death remain a point of contention, sparking global protests and condemnation. His passing has not only left a void in the Russian opposition, but has also added fuel to the already heated relations between Russia and the West. Navalny's death sent shockwaves around the world. The sudden passing of this outspoken critic of the Kremlin wasn't just a loss for Russia, but for the global community fighting for transparency and democracy. The theory of his death being a result of poisoning or deliberate neglect by the Russian government has only added fuel to the fire of international outrage. Condemnations poured in from all corners of the world, while protests erupted across Russia, a testament to Navalny's influence and the power of his message. The event has undeniably strained relations between Russia and the West, with many Western governments viewing his death as a blow to human rights and democracy in Russia. This controversy has also sparked a renewed scrutiny of Russia's governance, its judicial system, and its treatment of political dissidents. The death of Navalny has turned him into a symbol of resistance, inspiring a new generation of activists both inside and outside of Russia. The true cause of Navalny's death continues to be disputed, but what remains clear is the profound impact of his life and death on Russian politics and beyond. In conclusion, the life and death of Alexei Navalny is a complex and ongoing story. A prominent opposition leader, Navalny's arrest and subsequent death in prison have sparked global outcry and strained relations between Russia and the West. Many believe his death was not accidental, but rather the result of deliberate neglect or even poisoning by Russian authorities. These events serve as a stark reminder of the cost of standing up to corruption and injustice. For those wanting to delve deeper, resources like Navalny's website, BBC News, and the New York Times offer comprehensive coverage. As we remember Alexei Navalny, we are reminded of the power and cost of standing up to corruption and injustice.